We start with Alice, Girl of the Lake. She doesn't do anything. No, quite literally. She doesn't do anything. We have now changed terminology from J-Activate to Judgment. That's worth mentioning. Judgment cost of 8, that is reduced by 1 for each fairy you control. Fairies was a 5-colour weenie deck that actually did turn up in top 8 lists. Just not with Alice. Much like how Prisha and Rezard had their themes used by other rulers, but never showed up themselves. That said, Alice gets this down to around 3 or 4 will fairly easily. When Alice casts Judgment, she becomes a 900/900 flying Fairy Queen J-Ruler. Force of Will has some odd rulings regarding resonator types, caused by both Fairy and Fairy Tale being types. The type is read as a string of text. It's not searched for keywords. So where a creature vampire soldier in Magic is seen as a creature, a vampire, and a soldier, in Force of Will it would only be seen as a resonator and a vampire soldier. Alice gets around this by having a slash in her typing. She's both a fairy and a queen. Unfortunately, no card that really matters in the fairy support can target Alice. They are all resonator support. When she enters, she recovers all of your fairies. Fairies all have flying, and there are some buffs in the archetype. It can be game-winning. More so with her God's Art, Remnants of Utopia. For 2 light will, your resonators gain +200/+200, which is permanent, not for the turn. Then you can tutor a copy of Excalibur, the Spirit God's Sword, from your deck to the field. Unfortunately, that's not much of a boon. Excalibur is a 2-cost regalia that gives your J-Ruler +100/+100 for each resonator you control. Can tap for any attribute, but that will can only be used to pay for fairies, and finally, can be banished to give your J-Ruler Imperishable. The ramp is fine. It's specific and can be gotten rid of. The plus power isn't that great unless you're using Leviathan the Demon Sword to give Alice swiftness, and it's reliant not only on your ability to field the board, but deal with threats and keep up your pace. Alice is a lot like Prisha. Her theme deck is actually good, just not her. She doesn't really add all that much to it. She doesn't do much of anything. Even on J-Ruler, she feels like a whole lot of nothing. I do think she's better than Prisha, but that's an extremely low bar.